Hello, hello. What's up, friends? Got a new comic video for you. A couple days late on this one as well, like fucking always. Got my new haul from this last Wednesday. It was, what was it, like the 15th maybe? No, the 18th. It's like Sunday was the 15th, so 18th. Sunday, Wednesday the 18th of September, 2019. Trippy. Got the new, what is it? I was really protesting this book, but it's the new J.J. Abrams and Son, the Abrams and Son book. Just Spider-Man #1. From what I heard, it was actually a really good read, pretty good story. You get a new villain. It kind of follows around Spider-Man's kid, like Benji Parker, I think it is. I think that's right. This is a cool variant. It's a die-cut cover, so there's an eye hole here. I thought that was pretty cool. I couldn't pass that up, and I think it was same cover price, so I think I might have even gotten 2 of them. I'm not sure. Between the 2 shops I went to, I got 2. I don't know if it's in here. I might have taken it out, but I will. I wasn't gonna get it. I didn't get a regular cover because I was still trying to take a little bit of a stand on it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of anxious to check it out after the good things I heard. So I don't know. I don't know. All the hype they're putting around it was just kind of rubbed me wrong. I don't care. Friendly Neighborhood, it's pretty good. It's kind of been letting up the last couple issues. Around issue 9, I kind of got bored, but I'm still getting it. Art's cool. I like it more than Amazing Spider-Man. I'm enjoying it more than that series. Prior to this, the last good Spider-Man run, in my opinion was that Spidey Super Stories, not from the 70s, but I think like 3 years ago they rebooted it, and it went like 10 to 12 issues. That was pretty good. That was dope. So check that out. They probably put it in a trade form or something. Absolute Carnage 3. I don't know if you guys heard or saw what happens in this one, but it's a spoiler. Close your ears. You get a symbiote Hulk, Venom Hulk, whatever the hell it is. I think it was Venom Hulk, yeah. Some form of symbioticized Hulk. Been waiting a while for that. Cool. I've read 1 and 2, I'm loving it. I skimmed through this one. Awesome last page. I think it was the last page. Flash forward. I'm a Flash guy, but I'm not. I think this centers around Wally West, who I'm not a fan of. But I got it just because it's a blank cover. I collect all blank sketch covers, whatever they're called, because I eventually do my own cover swipes. On this one, I'm definitely going to do some form of Flash 123 swipe, just because that's pretty much my plan for all my Flashes. Because I have a bunch of those. I have an original, and I have a bunch of cover swipes, so I'm going to do a whole little bulletin board or like a wall full of them. Maybe get a poster of it as well. But I will have to read through this, and I usually try to make the cover match what's actually in the inside. God forbid comic books work that way nowadays. But so it'll probably be some form of newer Wally, maybe chasing his Heroes in Crisis version of himself, or maybe I'll do like Max Mercury or something. You don't see him a lot. But yeah, or Bart. Well, there's an impulse swipe from it, so I mean, I'll just do something that hasn't really been done yet. Steeple. This one looked cool. It looks okay, actually. But it's a new #1 with upside down crosses and a pentagram. Actually, it does look really cool. I don't really care how the art is. I bet the story's dope. So, got that. I was pumped to get that. It was the last copy at the shop, my regular LCS. I did grab a a third printing, Jesus, not even a second, third printing of House of X2. That's sort of the key issue of them so far, I think. I just got that so that I could sell a whole set I've gotten, and I've gotten a couple variants of each issue that's come out, which I plan to probably sell. I'll probably keep one of each that I like the most, but I didn't manage to get a #2. So this will be my fill-in 2 for like a full run that I sell. But I thought this was a cool variant. All those flower variants were sort of selling for around 10 to 15 bucks. So should be able to double my money on that. I am not keeping really any of these. I'll probably keep a #1 for myself, but then I'm gonna sell all the variants I've gotten. Besides, like, there's 2 of the Decade ones I really like, Psylocke and Storm. I'll probably be keeping those. But all the House and Powers books, mainly House, they're selling for, they're like all right off the bat going for, I think I've mentioned it in my previous videos. If you can find them, get them. Get the A covers, get all the connecting variants. Pretty much get any ones you can find besides the action figure variants, because no one cares about those. But they're all going for almost double cover price, if not more, you know. I've seen 15 to 20 on some of those. If you can link up a couple of the same, like 2 or 3 flower variants together, or 2 or 3 connecting covers, you can get maybe 40, 50. People are going nuts over it, but I would almost recommend sell now before the hype dies. I'm not so sure that once this run, this miniseries ends, I'm not sure they might... X stuff might go downhill, so this should probably be a quick flip, I recommend. I will probably sleep on them too long, and by the time I'm ready to sell, by the time I get around to it, they'll be worthless. And I'll end up losing money on a series I've been bashing for weeks on end. You Are Obsolete. Gotta get this. I'm actually wanting to get another copy because I was in a hurry and didn't realize I only got one. But I get all the Aftershock #1s. Big fan. I recommend them all. That one looks good. The Dark Age 2. I was able to get a 1. And that free comic book day preview thingy. So I'll probably see this series through. It looked good. Oh, I did get... Okay, so I got another Absolute Carnage. And there's another of the Abrams Spider-Man. I don't know. And then who's the new villain? It's like Cadaver or Cadaverous or something like that. If anything... Yeah, I don't know. If anything. I don't know anything. God, another Young Gun. I don't like these Young Gun variants. I don't like sketch variants as it is and concept variants. I mean, this one's okay because it's just cool, but there's your Venom Hulk. Or your Symbiote Hulk, whoever it is. I think it's Venom. Pepe Larraz. I'm not loving his art. I'm not a big fan. But I just hate these Young Gun variants. I hate that. This would have been fine on its own. I mean, I don't... Again, I already said it. I don't love concept art variants or sketch variants, but some of these Young Gun variants are really cool. It'd be a cool Virgin cover, except that they blotch their name all over it, like in a big spot that just interferes. It just takes away from it, you know. Whatever. So, Inferior 5. DC did one of these way back in the 60s, and I believe I have, maybe early 70s, but I believe I have that issue. I think it was a Brave and the Bold, I want to say, and I have that, so, I don't know, it looked interesting. I couldn't really tell what I was looking at. Thought maybe there'd be a first appearance or 2 in here, but at least worth a read. Worth a gander, as I say. Always gotta get my True Believers. You get Professor Hulk and then Mr. Fix-It Hulk. I do have one of these, 377. I do not have one of these, so that'll be a good placeholder. And I got yet another copy of this. I believe it's my 3rd or 4th. What is this? House of Secrets, 92. I didn't even know that. I'm not a huge Swamp Thing guy. It's not like a book I need to own. So this will be a great. Unless I find a beat up low grade copy down the road, this will definitely do for probably forever. But you know, Bernie Wrightson, Lin Wein. I have a few early Swamp Thing books, and I have that Phantom Stranger Swamp Thing prototype book. I like the idea of like a Swamp Thing character and Man Thing. I like the gross, mucky, you know, horror vibe and shit, but just not. I don't know. The Alan Moore run, I feel like is a little overrated. It got way too just almost Silver Surfer-ish, just getting like, woe is me, just blah blah blah. No one loves me. I'll be alone forever in the wood, whatever, in the woods, swamp. I am the green. People have no consideration for their environment. Blah blah blah. It's too poetic. It was very. I don't know. I can't really think of it. It's getting too elegant. I'd rather have a darker horror. You touch them, like Man Thing. You touch them, they burst into flames. shit like that. He who knows fear. But I don't know, Swamp Thing's cool. The new, and actually I'm a big fan of the Louis Jordan. Who else is that? Whatever. What's his name? The Wes Craven Swamp Thing, like 90s movies, 80s, 90s movies. I'm actually a big fan. So the second one, the really bad one, that's a perfect example of so bad it's good movie. Adrienne Barbeau, she's in the first one. I did pick this up. But yeah, that's about as far as my Swamp Thing love goes. I like him in crossovers. I like him in Justice League Dark. I like the new DCU, the new DC Universe show. God damn it, Matt. What's his name? Matt, the guy that was Friday the 13th remake, Jason. Anyway, so these were in the not 50 cent, but I think he charged me $5 for all three of these, and I almost wanted to say no, never mind, but he usually gives me good deals. There's a earlier Spawn I didn't have. It's definitely creased and beat up, but I didn't have it. I'm not gonna pay high dollar for Spawns. But when I find them in 50 cent bins or dollar bins, I usually grab them. This is one of the few Marvel #1s I don't own. Like prior to the, I don't know, early 2000s is kind of when I dropped off. Like there's a good 5 to 10 year era there where I barely have anything that Marvel put out. But I have most of their new #1s. I stay pretty current, and I have all the 80s and 90s crap, because that was really the era I was first buying and reading comics from. But I have a huge 60s, 70s. I don't think there's a single #1 I don't have from the 60s. And I have basically everybody's first appearance. But there's a couple 70s ones that slip through. Like I might have their #1, but I don't have their first appearance. Or vice versa. I have their first appearance, but I don't have the #1. And then Outcasts. This was a series I had never even heard of. So it's not worth $1 or $2. Alright, and same for DC. I have the majority of their #1s. But there's definitely a few obscure ones that have slipped my grasp. But yeah, that was my new haul for the week. What did you guys get? If you want to let me know in the comments, tell me what your favorites were. I will probably be reading this tonight and then rereading this in full. Wiping my butt with these. Steeple. I'm going to read that pretty quick too. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed your weekend or enjoyed your week. Yeah, that's all I got. So, if you're not reading this series, go check it out. It's really good. I was afraid it would be under par. Like it would be... They were hyping it up for quite a while, and Donny Cates was putting a lot of time into it, which obviously it shows, but it was highly solicited, and I just thought it would flop. After War of the Realms didn't do much for a lot of people, so they went right directly into this, and I was just afraid it wouldn't live up, and it has. It's surpassed my expectations, so go check out Absolute Carnage. I don't know. Don't give your money to that book. Don't get it. Read it online or something. Read your friends. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Go read the first few issues. You might even be able to go to your LCS and find the whole run in the back issues for cover price still. So I do recommend checking that out. The first couple were really good. And I think issue 1 and 2 is a first appearance. What's it? Rumor or whatever. It's like an old lady superhero. And then Dark Age, if you can get it. It's from, is it Red 5? Yeah, Red 5 Comics. But this is probably my pick of the week. You Are Obsolete. I haven't even read it yet, but I'm just already calling it. I'm digging this art. Yeah. And music tonight was Sirena. I've never known how to properly say that, but they were kind of a local-ish, didn't get very far band from Ohio. I believe that's where they're from. Maybe Indiana or Pennsylvania, but I think it was Ohio, that region. Good band, check them out. I think they disbanded. A few of their members went elsewhere, but good stuff. Decent shit. If that's what you're into. Alright, yeah, alright. Sorry. Bye.